So recently I canned up some grape jelly, and would you look at that, it never set. I waited 2 weeks and it's still like a syrup consistency, so come with me to reprocess it. I recently got Sarah Thrush's new Preserving with a Purpose canning book in the mail, so I'm going to use this recipe inside of it here to reprocess the jelly. So yes, you can reprocess your jelly even if it doesn't set, and here's some directions. I would say the most diminishing thing about making jelly is when it doesn't set. I have become accustomed to this. Sometimes it sets, sometimes it doesn't. So sometimes I do have to do this. Inside of Sarah's book, she has some amazing tips and tricks on how to check for jelly consistency when you are processing it, which I'll show you later in the video to make sure that it is going to set. I could technically have just left this in the jars the way that it was, and I could have had a syrup instead, but the reason that I made it is because we are jelly lovers in this house, so I'm going to reprocess everything, and so this is everything I did. First things first, add everything I took out of the jars to a pot because I'm going to be boiling this with some more sugar, pectin, and lemon juice. I rewashed all my jars, and now I'm adding just a little bit of white vinegar to the water while I fill up my canner. The little lumps that you see floating is just the foam left over from the jelly that I processed before. I don't mind the foam, but I did end up taking it out. You want to get this up to a boil. Don't forget your rings. Because I ended up with 6 quarts of liquid, I ended up with 3/4 cup of sugar plus 1/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons. I also have 3 tablespoons of lemon juice, and I'm also going to be adding 3 tablespoons of liquid pectin to help get it back to that jelly consistency that I want. We're going to mix everything together in the pot until we get it up to a rolling boil, and then boil hard for 2 minutes while it's a rolling boil. Like this. One of the spoon tests in Sarah's book to check for gel consistency is if you see 2 drops drop off your spoon and then come together as one, your jelly should in theory be at the right consistency. So now I'm going to take this and fill up my jars to a 1/4 inch headspace. We are going to make sure that we debubble. We are going to check for a 1/4 inch headspace on all of the jars. We're going to wipe the rims with white vinegar so that we get a better seal and make sure there's nothing sticky left behind. You want to screw on your flats and rings to fingertip tight. I'm now going to add all the jelly into a water bath canner and water bath can it for 10 minutes. When it's all done cooking, I'm going to let it sit in the water bath for a little bit before I take it out, so it helps prevent siphoning of the jelly. And voila, it is now jelly and no longer syrup. Thank you, Sarah, for the amazing